I want to talk about how NCSoft can make a lot of money off of City Heroes without spending much money at all. I'm Controlled Chaos. Let's go ahead and get started. First off, I want to let you guys know that I have touched this subject a little bit in my thoughts of NCSoft holding on to the IP for City of Heroes. What I'm going to go over is licensing. This is the best way for NCSoft to use the City Heroes IP if they're going to do nothing with it. And the reason being is it gives them all the control with not spending much money and making a good amount of money off of the IP. The way I see this working is, first off, they have lawyers on retainers. All big companies have lawyers on retainers. So it's not going to cost them that much to have their lawyers write up the licensing agreement for City of Heroes. And the way I see that licensing terms working is they set the rules of what can be done with the City of Heroes IP. The great thing about doing this licensing is they could do this within a month or two easily. Very, very easily. And it would all start with the private servers. It allowed the private servers to run and not just cover their costs for the servers, but make a profit so that they can bring on the people that are actually working on and pay them so that they can drop their jobs and do this full time, which means more code, more graphic updates, more stories and stuff like that added to these private servers, because now they're working out full time, not just part time, which means more updates for us, the players. Great thing about this is that because these servers would be making a profit, they'd be taking a bit of that profit and sending it to NCSoft every month or so. And that'd be really, really great. It'd be like the average percentage that's sent for intellectual property rights is about 7%. That's the average. It varies or fluctuates a little bit. That's money in NCSoft's pocket that they're not spending anything. They're not spending the money to host the servers. They're not spending the money for the developers or the marketing or anything like that. That's all handled by the private servers or anyone who wants to do a sequel and things like that. And that's the next thing I want to talk about, is doing sequels and spin-off games or spin-offs of City Heroes, whether it be a board game, a collectible card game, comics, whatever it may be. NCSoft doesn't spend a dime on that. In fact, they make money off of it for nothing. It's all in the licensing agreement. Once it's done, and everything else after that's profit. It's a passive income for them. It's great for them, and it's great for us, the players, and it's great for the people who want to make something based off of City Heroes. And with that licensing agreement, they can state the rules of what has to be done, how they have to keep within confines of what's been created, that NCSoft needs to give okay for any new villains or factions to be put into the game and things like that. It gives them some control. It gives them all the control, but none of the worry that they're gonna have to spend money and risk their money and time on this stuff. That's all put on the developers or the people that want to release something for City Heroes. And that's really good on all fronts. I don't see a single negative to this. Not one bit. Everyone would be happy with this. NCSoft gets their money, we get more City Heroes content, and the developers that want to make some money off of City Heroes and see City Heroes survive in different formats would be great. It will allow us to get sequels, a City Heroes 2 MMO, a City Heroes single player spin-off video game, maybe a cartoon series or a live action TV show or movies or comics, like I said, board games, pen paper role-playing games, things like that could all be done, and everyone would be extremely, extremely happy. I really don't see why NCSoft doesn't do this. They're being too overly controlling with this. And with the licensing agreement, they can still have that control and still make money. And my thought in my head is that they are being stubborn and dumb by not taking this option. Now, the only thing that really hurts this is because it's a South Korean company, there could be laws in their country. That's the reason why they don't do this. For instance, there was a German company that wanted to make a Warhammer 40,000 movie. And they'd done a little bit of the movie to show Games Workshop. And they showed Games Workshop, and Games Workshop really liked what they saw. They were really, yeah, let's go ahead and do this. But when their lawyers took a look at the laws for Germany, they would have lost all rights to the Warhammer 40,000 franchise to this company just for licensing out the rights to do the movie. They would have lost board game rights, they would have lost tabletop rights, pen and paper rights, they would have lost book rights, the whole entire 9 yards. So unfortunately, Games Workshop had to say, sorry, we can't do this because of your country's laws. Now, if South Korea has some laws like that, where it's like, oh, you do a trademark deal or a licensing deal with the other company, they get to do wherever they want, then yeah, that's a reason to hold back. But NCSoft does have offices in the United States, and they could do the actual licensing deal in the United States, and that covers everyone because the licensing deals in the United States are in favor of the company that owns the rights. So they could actually do it that way and just license it out from the United States headquarters. Use that address, do it through the United States way of doing it. That's the way I see around this to make everyone happy. So NCSoft, if you're listening, please, for God's sakes, do something with City of Heroes. We all want to see this game survive and do really, really well. If you are working on something for City of Heroes, at least let us know. Just say, hey, we are working on something. We have something planned. We'll let you know and then give us an estimated date. I know for myself, when I see a date for an estimated release or information on a game, I know that can get pushed back because things happen, especially in the times we're living in now, dealing with this pandemic. Things get pushed back all the times. Plans get changed and adjusted. It happens. It's the way the world works. But what I want to know from you guys listening, what do you think of this idea of NCSoft licensing out the rights to City of Heroes? Do you think it's a good idea? Would you be up for that? Comment down below and let me know. You all have a great day.